Three is build relationship. People want to buy from friends and not salesmen. Okay? You cannot, if they say no to you, that's because you're selling. Okay? You need to build a relationship with them. Okay? You need to be a friend. Can you go to your best friend and say you want a life insurance and they say no to you? Very little chance. Very little chance. But what happens if you go to someone in front of her house to say, do you want to buy life insurance from me? A much higher chance that they would say no to you. Okay? So what you have to do is to build a relationship. I always tell my agents, I say a warm-up should be done at least 30 to 45 minutes. At least 30 minutes. Okay? If it's less than 30 minutes, you're probably not getting a sale in the house. Okay? If your warm-up goes to an hour, if it goes to 2 hours, if it goes to 3 hours, beautiful. You're writing a policy in that house. If you go to a client's house that they're talkers, let them talk. Let them close themselves. Okay? By the time they're done, after 3 hours by talking, they're closing themselves, I promise you. Okay? But if you want to jump right straight into selling, you become a salesman, not a friend. Okay? Number 5, establish common ground. Relationship. Yes.
It's okay, there is no
build a
point.
relationship
Don't
that,
worry
I'm sorry, build relationship. You know what, I skipped 4.
I know, I said there is no point. Don't worry about it.
Number 4, build a relationship that no salesman can compete with you. One of the most jobs in this nation is a salesman. Okay? The most jobs that there is in this nation is to be a salesman. Everywhere you go, they will hire you as a salesman. Okay? Which means you'll have a huge competition. You have a huge competition out there. Okay? You want to make sure that you build enough relationship where they will only stay with you. How many of you guys get on the phones to make calls? Okay. Okay, very well. So you all have experienced people answering the phone and they say, I got all I need. Yeah. Right? Why do you think they say that? Is it because they got all they need or because they have such a good relationship with their financial advisors or their insurance agents? Okay? They got all they need because their insurance agent is all they need. Okay? You ever called a client where they had a life insurance policy and they said, yeah, come to my house and review that policy for me? That's because they don't have a good relationship with their insurance agents. Okay? That's because the insurance agent has not built a good relationship and now he's about to compete with someone better than them. Okay? And you are going to be the one who's better than them. Okay? But on the other hand, you need to establish such a good relationship with your clients where they do not cancel policies on you. I went to a client's house yesterday and these people had policies for 4 years. And the last time they actually sat down with their insurance agent to talk about their current life insurance was 4 years ago. 4 years ago, their insurance agent touched base with them to go over their policies. Guess what I did? I switched all the policies over to Bankers. And I gave them a discount. I gave them about $30,000 of higher benefits and for the same price. But if the insurance agent was built a good amount of relationship, then price wouldn't have mattered for them. Okay? So, and even any company that you go to, all the other companies are going to beat your price. But the only way you can protect that, the only way you can prevent that is for you to build enough relationship with your clients. You want to call them. When you write a policy for them, you want to call them the day after. Say, Mrs. Jones, I'm submitting your policy today. When your policy gets issued, you want to call them. You say, Mrs. Jones, congratulations, your policy has been issued. It's in my hands. When can we set it up so that I can come by? When you go to their house, go to their house with a gift. Buy a $10 gift. Buy a pastry. Buy something sweet from Ralph's, from somewhere. Okay? That builds a relationship. Okay? When you write the policy, you're gone. They're your clients. Call them a month after. Ask them how you're doing. During your warm-up, okay? highlight those things that they say that are most important to them. If they say, yes, my son is going to college, call them a month after and say, how's your son doing with his college? How's he doing? Does he need any help? I'm in the insurance business. Does he need a job? Do you want me to help you with anything? Do you need anything? When I talk to my clients, I say, you can literally call me, okay, from anything. From calling me to say, Ali, I'm craving some Chinese food, bring me some Chinese food, to calling me and say, Ali, I got some questions about my life insurance, come to my house. And I tell them, I say, if you want to do business with a typical insurance agent, I'm definitely not the one, and I'm not going to do a policy for you. But if you want me to be a part of your life, look at me as a friend or as your son, then you can definitely rely on me. That builds a relationship. That builds a credibility. That builds a relationship to the point where an insurance agent calls them and they say, I got all I need, because I'm all they need. So, number 5, establish common ground. Relationship means relating to people. Okay? Understand the meaning, the definition of a relationship. Relationship means relating to one another. Okay? You do not get into a relationship with someone that you're not related to. Is that right? Okay. Same thing with your clients. They will not buy an insurance from you. They will not do business with you if they don't feel related to you. During your warm-up, when you understand when they tell you something, let's say if they say I play golf, okay, and you like playing golf, tell them I love playing golf. Tell them, you know what? Let's go to golf next time. Okay? They say, you know what? I like cheesecake. I love cheesecake too. I'm gonna bring some cheesecake next time, and we're gonna have some cheesecake together with some coffee. I'm gonna bring some coffee too from Starbucks. Okay? You relate to them in everything they say. Okay? You do not relate to them, you do not sell. That's how easy it is. Number 6, gain confidence. As brand new agents, we tend to mumble a lot when we go to the client's house, especially when it comes to closing. You have done everything perfect, you have done all your warm-up perfect, and as soon as it comes to the closing, you stop mumbling. Okay, can I get your signature over here? Guys, people feed off from your confidence. If you don't have confidence, they will not buy from you. They won't buy from you. People feed off from your confidence. When you have confidence, people cannot look into your eyes and say no to you. Okay? Have a strong tone of voice. Your confidence is so much within your tone of voice. Do I look like I have confidence in my tone of voice right now? No? You're wrong, man. See? This is the kind of confidence that you need to have in your tone of voice. Okay? If I didn't have confidence standing up over here, none of you would have been taking notes. The same thing in the house. If you don't have confidence in your tone of voice, they're not going to buy from you. It's as easy as that. Guys, 38% of your impact that you put in the sales in the client's house is your tone of voice. 38% of your closing ratio comes from your tone of voice. 55% of your closing ratio comes from your body language, and 7% comes from the words that you use. You all think that you got to use big words to close policies. That's not it. That only has to do with 7% of the impact that you put in the house. 93% of the impact that you put in the client's house is your confidence, your body language, and your tone of voice. You have those 2, you have those 3, you're going to close 9 out of 10. How amazing is that? 9 out of 10 closing ratio. So, your tone of voice needs to be confident. Your tone of voice needs to be confident. Your body language, the way you want to position your body language is the same as them. Remember, relationship means when you're related. Okay? Not only in the stories that you tell, but also your body language. Okay? If this gentleman is sitting like this, I as an insurance agent have to sit like this, okay, for me to relate our mindsets together. And I'll teach you a way to understand if the client is in rapport with you. If you want to check if the client is in rapport with you, after having a 30-minute warm-up and sitting exactly like him, switch feet. Switch your feet. Change your position on you when you're sitting down. And if they change their position with you, that means you're good to close. You're closing. If they change their seat like you, okay, if you're sitting exactly like them for 30 minutes, and you're having a conversation, and you're relating to them constantly, after 30 minutes you change your seat position, if they change with you, that means they're buying from you. You can go to your presentation. You can go to start closing. If they don't change their seat with you, that means they're not in rapport with you, and you still don't want to go to closing. You still want to change back to what they're sitting. Okay? Does that make sense, guys? Yes?
Yes.
All right.
Gotta try it.
Have fun, number 7. Have fun and be funny. Guys, be funny. If you make the customer laugh, you will make the customer to buy. If you do not make the customer to laugh, you will not make the customer to buy. You want to overcome objections? You can overcome objections way before they give you objections just by making them laugh. How amazing is that? Get 10 loud laughs at them, and you can close. You get 10 loud laughs from them, you're good to close. You don't get 10 loud laughs from them, you're still not closing. You will act like a salesperson when you go to your closing. Okay? But if you get laughs out of them, that's the biggest way to build a relationship with someone is for you to make him laugh. Okay? You ever saw somebody new and you went home and you said, wow, I really met this really, really cool person? Why do you say that? It's because they're funny. Okay? If they're not funny, they're mellow, they're whatever, you will never go home and say, I really met this really, really cool person. Would you? It's impossible.
I'd never say that anyway.
Well, that's because you're not
You're a
funny.
really-
I'll make you funny.
You're a really cool person, man.